Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Before we dive in, please drop in the chat which country you're tuning in from. We love to see all of the representation. We're excited to have our trusted partner, IEE, with us today to talk about their services and our partnership for nursing licensure, credential evaluation, and immigration. So with that, I will pass it over to our host to introduce themselves and get us started.
Thank you. Well, welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're calling in from. I'm going to let Susan, share who she is and what she does. So I'll turn it over to Susan.
Great. Thanks, Laura. Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We're excited to talk to you today. I'm Susan Sanders. I work for International Education Evaluations. I've been a nurse a very long time. Our office is based in Charlotte, North Carolina, but I actually live in Tennessee, which is Southeast U.S., so therefore I have quite a Southern accent. But I have been involved in nursing for a long time with leadership, education, credentialing, NCLEX, just a lot of different aspects of nursing. So I'm really excited to talk to you about what we do at IEE.
Thank you, Susan. My name is Laura Messino, and I'm the Chief Nursing Officer here at Worldwide Health Staff Solutions. And one of our goals is to help support all of international nurses in your transition to U.S.-based practice. So with that, we'll move on to the next slide.
Great, thank you. And I'll tell you some things about IEE. And one of our goals is to help internationally educated nurses realize their dreams and empower them to improve their lives. So we do that as a trusted leader in credential evaluation. So IEE has been in business for over 40 years, and we have experience supporting not just nurses, but other global professions. And we provide the credentials for immigration, for education, employment, and licensure. For instance, if a nurse wants to come to the U.S. and enter a nursing program to receive an advanced degree, then we can do the evaluation for the education for the university. We also do the immigration, which is for visas for nurses, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then certainly we do the credential evaluation for licensure. So we are recognized by U.S. boards of nursing and federal agencies. We're currently working with 18 boards of nursing. They're not all states. We have Northern Mariana Islands as well. So we work closely with those boards, and we are working to increase the number of boards that we work with as well, so that as you apply to boards of nursing in the U.S., we can help you with your credential evaluation. The other thing that we are approved for is our healthcare worker certificate. And by that, we have been approved by the USCIS, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. It was quite a lengthy process, but we have been approved for that. And as I said, we have expertise evaluating international nursing education for nurses from all countries. And we are fast, we are reliable, and we have affordable services that are tailored to IENs, because we definitely understand the need to be quick when you need your report and affordable. Next slide, please.
So I'll talk a little bit about Worldwide Health Staff Solutions partnership with IEE. Really, we wanted to find a very innovative way in order to partner with an organization so that we could support international nurses. And really, we wanted to find a way that you could simplify credentialing, evaluation, licensure, and immigration for our internationally educated nurses. And what does this really mean for you? First of all, it's a very streamlined, healthcare-focused credentialing. And also with that, we wanted to find a way that there was faster processing times and very affordable pricing for all of our worldwide health staff candidates. We know that this is a very important aspect of your immigration journey, and we want to make it as fast and as cost effective as possible for you. We also wanted to make sure that the trusted evaluations were accepted by U.S. boards of nursing and immigration authorities. And we know with IEE that we can accomplish both of those things from both the State Board of Nursing and also USCIS. And why does this really matter to you as an international educated nurse? First of all, it's going to give you fewer delays and less confusion in the process. You're going to get better alignment of your licensure and immigration timelines. And then most of all, you're going to have confidence in a proven, experienced partnership where you won't have any questions about any aspect of any of the processing that needs to be done. Next slide, please. So go ahead, Susan.
Okay, so to understand the credential and the evaluation of internationally educated nurses, first you need to understand why a credential is required. And what a credential does, it confirms that your nursing education in your country or wherever you studied, and that your licensure there meets the U.S. standards for licensure and immigration. So what we look at is to compare that the nursing program that you were successful in passing is comparable then to a U.S. program. For immigration purposes, it's important that you obtain a healthcare worker certificate. You cannot immigrate into the U.S. as a nurse without that healthcare worker certificate. And that meets the U.S. visa requirements. We don't offer the visas, but we do offer that healthcare worker certificate, which again, you must have. And then what the credential evaluation impacts is your eligibility to sit for the NCLEX, the National Licensing Exam. So once you have had your credentials evaluated, we send that to the Board of Nursing that you've selected. The Board of Nursing reviews to be sure you're comparable to education in the U.S. and that you meet all of their criteria related to language or whatever they require. And let me just tell you, almost every Board of Nursing has different requirements. So it's really important that you work with us and understand that we're not just asking for something to be asking. It is a requirement by that Board of Nursing. And once you've met those requirements, then that Board of Nursing, we're kind of out of the picture, but that Board of Nursing will offer you an authorization to test to take the NCLEX. And once you pass the NCLEX, then you're eligible for a license. Now, related to the work visas, you can't receive that healthcare worker certificate until you pass the NCLEX. So really, step one is credential evaluation, being approved by the board, then taking the NCLEX, and then coming back to us for us to evaluate all of the parameters, which include your academics, your license, your language. Even if the state or the Board of Nursing didn't require you to have a language evaluation, the U.S. visa does require it, unless you're educated in certain countries like Canada and UK. But those criteria are important then for you to be able to get that healthcare worker certificate for your visa. So next slide, please. So I said something about the documents, the things that IEE provides. We can provide the education report. So if you're immigrating to the U.S. and you are interested in attending a graduate school or finishing up your nursing programs, then we do provide an education document report. And that price is $80, which we have negotiated and worked with Worldwide Health Staffing to provide that exclusive candidate pricing. Then our Board of Nursing licensure reports, which a lot of people refer to that as a CES, a credentialing evaluation service. That is the report that you will need, of course, to go to the Board of Nursing. that will allow you to show comparability in your education and to take your NCLEX. And that price, again, is an exclusive price with worldwide at $395. And then our global bridge is our healthcare worker certificate, which is how you obtain your visa certificate, your healthcare worker certificate. And it's only issued by USCIS authorized providers. And we're proud to say that we are the latest and the newest and the third provider that has been approved by USCIS. You may also know that True Merit and Silney have offered those in the past, but our price is $515, which again is a worldwide exclusive pricing. And I think you'll find that our pricing across the board is less than the other providers. Next slide.
So let's talk a little bit about the exclusive benefits that we're going to provide to you as a worldwide health staff candidate. So as Susan mentioned, we've got exclusive partner pricing. So you're going to receive special rates on your healthcare workers' products and immigration education document reports. You also have 24/7 support that you can either call or chat with live representatives to have your questions answered in real time. We also have a fully digital experience where you can apply, upload, and receive reports online, which really streamlines the process for you, where it really answers all of your questions. You have one place to go to see where everything is at. Industry-leading worldwide health staff specific processing times. Immigration reports come back in 2 business days. Board of Nursing licensure reports in 5 business days, which is very streamlined and very fast. In the Global Bridge, healthcare worker certificates in 10 business days. This is all possible with our partnership with IEE. Next slide. So some trends and insights that we're seeing in U.S. licensure and immigration. We know that things are changing every single day, and we're trying to keep up to date on all the changes that we're seeing. What we know for sure is there is still a continued high demand for internationally educated nurses. We know in the United States that we have a shortage of 193,000 nurses every single year. We've got a large portion of our workforce that are retiring. We have nurses that are choosing to get out of the field. We have new grads practicing at our healthcare organizations. And what the U.S. really needs is seasoned, internationally educated nurses in order to come and really provide that expertise here in the U.S. We also know that there's greater scrutiny of verified education and credentials. That's why it's so important to work with a trusted partner. And there's also new internationally educated nursing immigration pathways, including increased immigration from Latin America. Mexican nurses can utilize the TN visa. So at all times, we're looking to see what's happening and what changes are happening with the immigration processes within the United States. Next slide.
So with everything, there are some challenges, and I want to talk about some common credentialing challenges. Because we have to have the official transcripts from the universities, sometimes there's a delay in obtaining those. We call those primary source documents. But what we can do is once you've applied to IEE, we provide you with the forms that you need to submit to your university. And when they receive that and complete those forms, we do accept email documents back, as long as we can verify that it is a legitimate source and it is the school and the university or the licensing agency that is providing us with that official document. We do require those state-specific requirements because, like I said, every Board of Nursing has different requirements, and we need to be sure that we're following those. So as you apply, which is all digital as well, as Laura was talking about. We have an all digital application system. You would receive an email saying you need to get this or you need to get that document. We also have 24/7 chat and phone service, so that if you have questions, you may contact us at any time to help get help answering those questions. And then we definitely align the immigration and licensure timelines to what you need. As Laura mentioned, our timelines are very quick turnaround. So we try to be sure that if you are moving along, for instance, if you've already had your healthcare worker certificate and you've got an appointment at the embassy, then we will quickly turn around your paperwork so that you can try to meet that appointment. So we've done that several times. And then the English language proficiency, I think this is one of the things that internationally educated nurses are most nervous about. They feel confident in their nursing abilities, but perhaps they're nervous about their English proficiency exam. So I'm sure that you know that there are ways to help prepare for that. There are also opportunities to practice those, but it's really important that you prepare and take that so that there's no delay in processing your applications.
And Susan, here at Worldwide, if the candidates are looking for support from English language, we have a team of English success individuals that will work hand in hand with you. They'll do an initial evaluation. They can then do one-on-one coaching. They can do group classes, or they can do independent study. And our goal is to help support you so you can be successful in passing your English language exam.
And that's really important, Laura, to have that support, because like I said, I think that's one of the ones that makes the nurses most nervous.
Absolutely.
So next slide, please. So tips to think about when you're trying to overcome those barriers, because it may seem to be a daunting process. There's so many steps that you have to take it piece by piece. So we recommend that you start credentialing early. You start thinking about, what do I need to get together? If I'm gonna apply to a certain board, what are they requiring, so that I'll be prepared to provide that. Work with trusted evaluators like IEE. We have a team of verification specialists that verify your credentials, that evaluate your credentials. We have even a specific nursing division, and we have a nursing specialist. So we are really on top of looking at your nursing credentials to prepare your reports so that they can be accepted by the boards of nursing. And it's really important that you keep all your documents organized so that as those come in or those requests are made, you know where you are, where you stand with what you need, what you have, and what you've got to finish up with. Next slide.
Great. Thank you both so much. We're going to go to questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And I just wanted to welcome everyone again for joining. I see people from Nigeria, Ghana, Mexico, UK, the Philippines. So great representation. The first question I see is, I'm an NCLEX Pass nurse from Texas, and I want to join your team. So in that case, you can go ahead and apply on our website. I'll drop the link in the chat. Next question is, what is the best state to take the NCLEX in if taking it internationally?
Well, as I said, every state's different. So you need to look at the criteria for that state. But some of the states boards that we work with, of course, again, not all states, but Northern Mariana Islands, they're receptive to reports. Montana, Illinois, Virginia has specific clinical hours, as does Florida have specific hours, but we work with them a lot. So we know what they need and, can help guide you in being sure that you have what they need. If you go online and look and find that perhaps you don't exactly meet Florida standards, then you might look at another state or board and see if you perhaps meet those standards.
Okay, perfect. And then this next question, they're from the UK. They've been an RGN for 25 years, trained in the Philippines. They've already completed their postgraduate nursing courses in universities in the UK, and their Philippines nursing credentials were already checked by the university in the UK. Do they still need IELTS to work in the US?
You still are going to need to pass an English language exam, whether it's IELTS or TOEFL. That is something that's required by USCIS along with the State Board of Nursing.
Great. And what benefits does Worldwide offer to candidates who have already passed their NCLEX before joining them? Does Worldwide offer preparation support for IELTS exam?
Yes, we do. So at Worldwide Health Staff, once you've passed your NCLEX, you can apply on our portal for any of the positions that we have posted. Our team wraps our services around you. You would be assigned a recruiter, a case manager. We have a relocation team. We also have English success coaches. So we will absolutely do an English language evaluation, help to prepare you for taking an English language exam. Our goal is to wrap all of our resources and our clinical services around the international educated nurses. We're trying to prepare you while you're still in your immigration journey for US-based nursing practice.
Great. And this person wants to know if we recruit nurses from Nigeria who don't have NCLEX but are qualified.
We recruit nurses that have the NCLEX. We do nurse assistants if you do not have an NCLEX. I would highly recommend you taking the NCLEX exam. That's something that with all of our clients in the US, all the health systems that we work with, they require us to have our nurses with passing NCLEX before they interview.
Great, thanks. And I don't see any questions that have come through quite yet. So we'll move on. So I just want to remind everyone to connect with us on our socials. That's where we post updates. Our YouTube channel is going to have all of our previous webinars. I am going to drop the IEE website link in the chat right here. So that way, if you're interested, you can go ahead and click that. I also have our links in the chat. Oh, we just had a new question come in. I'm an NCLEX passer, just started at long care here in Canada. I was IEN in Philippines for 17 years, has English exam. Do you accept LTC experience or hospital experience only?
Yes, we accept LTC experience. Any clinical subspecialty area in any clinical environment, we accept nurses. We have organizations across the US that are looking for every clinical specialty area.
Perfect. And then to remind refer a nurse program. So if you refer a nurse, you can earn $250 for every nurse that you do refer. So I'll drop that link in the chat as well. And any closing thoughts from either of you?
Well, I would say that isn't it great to be in such demand that we are looking for, colleagues here in the U.S. and IEE is prepared to assist you in realizing your dreams. And we love working with Worldwide Health Staff Solutions. And I just saw a really nice note from someone that has worked with you, Laura, that is singing your praises.
I couldn't agree with you more, Susan. I mean, international nurses are just part of the strategic workforce plan in the U.S. Nursing leaders across the U.S. are trying to figure out how do we fill the gaps where we don't have enough nurses in the United States. And one of the things that we pride ourselves on at Worldwide is really to support you as an international nurse. We want to make sure you have the best possible experience, that you're able to go through this immigration journey and not feel anxious, not be worried about the process. We try to wrap our services around you. And then even as you come to the United States, we want to make sure that you're able to assimilate. That's something that we're very focused on. And so this is an excellent time to consider, moving forward with working on immigrating to the United States, because you are truly needed here.
Great. Thank you guys both so much for joining. Any other questions we didn't get to, I'll make sure to go back in the chat and I'll drop some answers in there. But thank you so